It's time now for the BHL 11 o'clock news on this Wednesday, June 24th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news on the internet. Late Wednesday night here on our top 3 at 11 o'clock. Here is an upstate New York prison guard arrested in connection with escapees that 2 inmates has appeared in court to face criminal charges. In Kenton, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal joined the 2016 U.S. presidential race on Wednesday, started dead at least that as he finished dead last among a very crowded field of hopeful Republican candidates in at least one poll. A letter released by the Washington Institute says that the agreement will not prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapons capability. It will not require the dismantling of Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Washington, the Senate on Wednesday gave final approval to the legislature granted President Obama's enhanced power to negotiate major trade agreements with Asia and Europe, sent to the president's biggest end-of-term legislature prior to the White House. In Paris, the French government on Wednesday reacted with carefully calibrated anger to revelations about extensive eavesdropping about the United States government on the private conversations of senior French officials, including 3 presidents. Karachi, while the punishing heat-wave grip in Karachi since Saturday showed signs of subsiding death toll across the Sindh rose to 1,011 with at least 229 fatalities reported on Wednesday by the government and private hospitals. In Sana'a, Yemen, for nearly 3 months, Saudi Arabia, along with allies, have been bombing Yemen and its southern neighbor, hoping to force the retreat of Shiite rebels who have seized major cities and return to the country's president from the Saudi guest. David Cameron said out as EU renegotiation aims at a meeting of European leaders in Brussels later. As a European Council summit will be the first time the objectives have been collectively discussed by EU leaders. In effect, Russian answer with his head bowed and body shaking the man. I appeared cold and emotionless about the trial, but Obama and a Boston Marathon 2 years ago stood in the federal court Wednesday and apologized for detonating one of the pressure cooker bombs. In Birmingham, Alabama, a week after the slaughter of the 9 people at the African American church in Charleston, Attorney General Loretta Lynch visited the scene of perhaps the most notorious attack on a congregation part of South Carolina. A fast-moving brush fire in Santa Clarita continued to grow Wednesday night, scorching 200 acres as the firefighters fought to keep flames from destroying hundreds of homes. In Birmingham, Alabama, more and more voices across the U.S. have called for banishing the banner of the pro-slavery Confederacy on Wednesday in a fast-growing movement that adds new emotion of tensions for a year of soul-searching over the race in America. In Tokyo, Asian shares edged down and the dollar was trending water in early Asian trade on Thursday with investors of ice ahead of a meeting of European Union leaders later this session as Greece continued last-minute efforts of her default. The New York Department of Consumer Affairs accused Whole Foods Market on Wednesday of overstating the weight of some prepackaged products sold in the company's stores in that city. Yesterday's announcement that Jim Stern was retiring as one CEO wasn't a major surprise. Everyone knew to leave within a year or so, but it wasn't abrupt, and the timing was unexpected. In New York, global equity markets and the dollar fell. On Wednesday, skittish investors sought the safety of less risky assets like a bond as a possibility of a Greek debt to provide looming a little larger. Los Angeles family Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, said Wednesday that they were moving her to a terminal care facility as she showed signs of recovering from a months-long coma. In Vatican City, Pope Francis addressed damaging dynamics within families on Wednesday, saying sometimes the separation of husband and wife may be inevitable or even morally necessary to protect the weaker spouse of small children. The advice from a government advisory panel of independent doctors and nutrition experts to eat a more plant-based diet has raised the ire of the meat industry. A study conducted at Oregon State University has revealed the ill effects of the high sugar diet and the high fat on the human body. In Atlanta, parents who lost their children to meningococcal disease lined up for more than an hour waiting to turn to speak to the CDC's Virus Committee on Immunization Practices. Eating vegetables and protein before carbohydrates control glucose and insulin levels in people with obesity and type 2 diabetes. PHL News Times now 11:04, approaching 11:05 p.m. This late Wednesday night. Time now for a traffic report here. 146 on the southbound side, slow before Route 95 down southbound there. 95 on the northbound side, slow from Route 37 in Warwick all the way out to Route 10 in Cranston here. Route 24 to northbound side, slow from 79 in Fall River out to Freetown here. 195 on the westbound side, slow from Ferryman all the way out to Medford here. Before the bridge here. 95 on the northbound side, it is slow from after 140 in Mansfield all the way up to Route 1 in Sharon here. 120 on the southbound side, slow from Route 24 in Randolph all the way out to the Braintree split. Route 3 on the southbound side, slow from Braintree split to Braintree. Southeast Expressway, slow from Milton all the way after the Braintree split. Mass Pike on the westbound side, slow from the Long Airport all the way after the Austin Bratton tolls. Mass Pike eastbound side, slow for the Austin Bratton tolls. Mass Pike eastbound, slow through Newton Corner here. 120 on the northbound side, slow from Route 1 in Norwood all the way up to Highland Street in Needham here. Route 2 on the eastbound side, a little slow from Route 16 up Belmont to Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge here. 129 on the northbound side, got an accident after Route 2 in Lexington, and before that on the southbound side of 120, so expect some delays in that area here. 93 in the northbound side, an accident after Route 120 ran into, so expect some delays around that area here. And out in 93, a couple of accidents in Somerville, Medford Stretch. So expect some delays around that area. Route 93 here. 395 on the southbound side, a little slow from Webster, Massachusetts to Connecticut border here. 149.5 southbound side, so between Route 119 and Route 2 in Littleton here. Route 3 on the northbound side, so from Route 40 to North Chunks all the way up into Tingsboro here. Highways in New Hampshire looking good, and main turnpike looking good from York to Portland, and main turnpike on both ends, a little slow from Portland up to Cumberland, Maine here. And looking at the MBTA alerts here. Commuter rails looking good on the subway. On the MBTA, it's looking good, and first out looking good. Pure Channel News time at 11:07 here. Time for weather reports. Current conditions in North Massachusetts at 11:07 p.m. 60 degrees outside temperature first, guys. Humidity 93%. Wind speed is calm. Barometer 21.96 inches. Super about 58 degrees. Visibility at 10 miles an hour here. Alright. Current conditions around the region here on this late Wednesday night at the 11th hour. It's 75 degrees on Boston, 66 in Bedford and Beverly and Gloucester. It's 67 out in Lawrence, 69 in Pittsburgh and Worcester, 68 in Sturbridge, 61 in Milford, 62 in Norwood, 62 in Taunton, 68 in New Bedford, 61 in Plymouth, 61 in Provincetown, 67 in Chatham, 66 in Martha's 65 in Nantucket, 64 in Plymouth, 64 in Smithfield, 72 in Providence, and 70 in Westerly, 68 in Smithfield, 68 out in Block-On, 72 in Montauk, 75 in Innislip, 70 in New York City, 75 in Bridgeport, New Haven, 65 in Denver, and 66 in Waterbury, 69 in Meriden and Hartford, 71 in Winslow, Connecticut, and Springfield, Massachusetts, 70 out in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 66 in Athol, Massachusetts, 62 in North Adams and Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 68 in North Albany, New York, and 67 in Silver Springs, 66 in Bennington, Vermont, 60 in Broward, Vermont, 61 in Rutland, Vermont, 59 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 64 in Keene, Hampshire, 67 in Devon, New Hampshire, 63 in Lacuna, New Hampshire, 61 in Concord, New Hampshire, 16 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 66 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 70 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 69 up in Portland, Maine. Here. Okay, service map around the country here shows station front from east central Manitoba down through the northern Great Lakes and at the eastern Ontario and Quebec with a low pressure right into the southwest of Quebec here. Got a warm front northeastern central Quebec here on a front from New Brunswick down New England coastline down for southern tip of New Jersey here. A station front from Idaho stretching down for Central Rockies and down for the Central Plains. Merged with a warm front from Iowa down for Illinois and Indiana. Merged with a station front from Kentucky, stretching all the way at the North Carolina, and merged with a cold front at the sea with a low pressure around the Carolinas here. And we have low pressure off the Gaspé province of Quebec here. Front of mine with a low pressure from southwestern Oregon down from north central California. Front of mine with a low pressure from south central British Columbia down for east central Washington, Oregon with a low pressure right there east central Washington here. Another front of mine from 75 to Danforth, western Arizona, Danforth, Gulf of California with a low pressure in southeastern California here. And low pressure around Kansas and Nebraska with a front of mine from southwestern Kansas out to western Oklahoma and Tennessee and the northeastern portion of Mexico here. Front of mine from Utah down for the Four Quarter region here. The front of mine from southeastern Missouri down for Arkansas down for northwestern portion of Mississippi. And the front of mine from southern Mississippi down for Alabama down for Georgia down for South Carolina here. Front of mine from eastern Dakotas here. And we got low pressure stuff in Wyoming here and low pressure stuff central Manitoba. Front boundary through the Dakotas, while we have some high pressure in Ontario, Northern Ohio, Gulf of Mexico, Western Colorado, and off the western Washington coast. There, 70 degrees at temperature right now in Detroit, 72 in Pittsburgh, it's 80 in Washington, D.C., 74 in Atlanta, 84 in Miami, Florida, 82 in Brownsville, Texas, 87 in Dallas, Texas, 85 in Kansas City, 81 in Omaha, Nebraska, 71 in Chicago, Illinois, 74 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 76 in Great Falls, Montana, 76 in Seattle, 63 in San Francisco, 69 in Los Angeles, it's 105 in Las Vegas, 108 in Phoenix, 8 out in New Mexico, 69 in Denver, and 93 out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Here, alright, looking at the radar situation here on this Lake wasn't out here, and it shows some spotty rain showers around North Central New Hampshire, around 93 around Mount Washington and west of Berlin, New Hampshire here, and a line of rain showers around Burlington, Vermont, and stretching up to North Central New York State and up in the southeast Dakota, Ogdensburg, in New York State here, and patchy rain showers off the Cape, way off the Cape Ann coast here, and a few spotty rain showers in the northeastern portions of Ontario here, and a few spotty rain showers up in the northwestern northern portions of Maine here, and lines of rain showers around southeastern portions of Newfoundland here. And a line of rain showers from extreme northern portions of Wisconsin up in the western UP and Michigan, and up in the northeastern and north central portions of Minnesota, north and west central portions of Minnesota, north and southeastern portions of North Dakota, and a line of showers and storms around Iowa, and a line of showers and storms off the North Carolina coast around South Carolina, and a line of rain showers from Florida stretching to the western and east central portions of Georgia and around the Gulf states around Louisiana, and a patchy rain showers from western Texas and northern Mexico up the Four Corner region, up the eastern and southern west Wyoming, down to western South Dakota, down for western Nebraska, and a line of rain showers from western Montana and the northern and east central portions of Idaho, and a line of rain showers from east central portions of British Columbia, down for western and northeastern portions of Alberta, and some rain showers from west central and southeastern portions of Saskatchewan, now for southwestern portions of Manitoba here. And looking at satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds coming much to Quebec and around the Maritimes. A lot of clouds off the main coast of west central portions of Nova Scotia. And a lot of clouds from Pennsylvania and New Jersey, stretching into Ohio, and a lot of clouds from the Great Lakes and up in the northern with Minnesota, down for west central portions of Ontario, down for Dakotas here, and a lot of clouds coming much of Iowa, down for southeast Minnesota, down for southwest Wisconsin, down for northwestern portions of Illinois, down for northern portions of Missouri. Patchy clouds around Ohio, down for Pennsylvania, and a line of clouds coming much to southeastern portion of the country, and a line of clouds from Mexico, stretching up the Four Corner region, and a line of clouds from western Nebraska, around Wyoming, and a line of clouds coming much of west Washington, Oregon State, in the northern portion of Calvin, Nevada, and up in the Idaho, western Montana, and coming much of British Columbia, western Alberta, down for some of the northern portions of Saskatchewan and the northern portions of Manitoba here, and a line of clouds coming much to the northern Great Lakes from Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, Michigan, and up to the west central portions of Ontario here. Northern Bermudian Atlantic and Eastern Pacific in the tropics here. Alright, take a look at forecast discussion here. Our fast moving area of low pressure will likely be bringing a period of rain to the region late Thursday, Friday morning dry. However, it returns Friday afternoon as high pressure from Canada builds in. A wind spread rain is possible Saturday night and Sunday as low pressure passes over to just south of 70 New England here. A cold front may bring another chance of showers of thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday. New term until 6 a.m. Thursday morning. Forecast remains on track for this evening. Ultimate temperatures will catch for the latest trends. Watch for the showers across the upstate New York and Vermont. Believe there will be stays to the north of the region as the high pressure builds further to the west. All right. Expect tomorrow's highs for the regions. Cape Town to be 73 to 79 degrees. Southeast of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, 79 to 83 degrees. And Boston, not for west of the city, 76 to 83 degrees. Here, oi! For the beach forecast, seas 1 to 2 feet. Rip currents low. Water temperatures ranging from 58 degrees from Salisbury to Duxbury and Provincetown down to Chatham. 57 degrees in the eastern portion of Nantucket and 61 degrees down from the Monster Vineyard and 62 to 63 degrees from the Bedford all the way up to Misconnet, Rhode Island, and 63 degrees of Block Island. There, UV index 8, very high. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Here, overnight, most of the coast got about 52 degrees, light northwest wind. Thursday, Cheshire Showers, Bay after 3 p.m. Mostly south skies about 83 degrees. West from about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Cheshire Bay to 30%. Thursday night, rain likely between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies with a low wind 59 degrees. Southwest wind about 5 miles per hour, becoming common in the evening. Chance of to 7%. New principal amounts less than 7 inches possible. Friday, chance of rain, main before 11 a.m. Parts south skies about 73 degrees. Northeast wind about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chance of 40%. New principal amounts less than 7 inches possible. Friday night, Petrobras after 3 a.m. Otherwise, skies got lower 53 degrees. A calm wind Saturday. Chance rate way after 4 p.m. Petrobras before 9 a.m. Otherwise, parts south skies about 72 degrees. Chance rate is 30%. Saturday night, rain like rain after 10 p.m. Clouds got low at 56 degrees. Chance rate is 7%. Sunday, rain like the clouds got about 66 degrees. Chance rate is 6%. And Sunday night, chance of showers Petrobras after 11 p.m. Otherwise, most clouds got low at 56 degrees. Chance rate is 30%. Monday, podcast got about 72 degrees. Monday night, Petrobras after 3 a.m. was. Podcast got low at 57 degrees. Tuesday, Petrobras before 8 a.m. was. Mostly south got about 79 degrees. So that, check the shots with Thursday, Petrobras after 3 a.m. was. Most guys got low at 61 degrees. Transportation 30%. Wednesday, check the shots with Thursday, Petrobras before 8 a.m. Otherwise, most guys got about 39 degrees. Transportation 40%. Bitters with a phrase of the night. A short chance tomorrow of our sunny skies. A sunny Thursday in town. Pure have a good night. The good part of the 8 See you tomorrow morning with a more important good night. Stay in my morning here.